Hello guys, welcome back, and in this video we are going to learn about straddles. And this is going to be a short video because we have already discussed triangles and straddles are very similar to strangles. So let's start this video by drawing the payout graph of strangles first. So how does a payout graph of a strangle look like? So this is a strangle. So let's say we sold a put option here and we sold a call option here. So this is the profit area, right? Now let's say if we move this put option and call option a little closer. So the payout graph would look somewhat like this. So this height is going to increase. So basically this profit is going to increase, but this length is going to decrease. See, what happens here is if the put option over here was costing us 10 rupees, this put option would cost us somewhat greater than 10 rupees because it is it is closer to the current market price, right? So if we repeat this scenario and we bring this closer, the payout graph would look somewhat like this. This height is further going to increase and this length is going to decrease. And at some point of time, if we keep doing this and we reach a point where we sell at the money call option and put option. In these scenarios, we were selling out of the money call option and put option, but as we reach the current market price, this becomes at the money options and the payout graph would look somewhat like this. This is the area where we are going to make a loss and this is the area where we are going to make a profit. So this is a straddle. Now let's see how exactly this straddle is different from a strangle. So let's take an example of Nifty 50, who is trading at 17,950 now, and the lot size is 50 rupees, and the expiry is on 23rd of February. So in order to make a straddle over here, since it is traded somewhere around 17,950, we have to sell the call option and put option at 17,950 and put option also at 17,950, and let's say these two options are at 100 rupees each right now. So a total of 200 rupees premium we have collected, right? This 100 plus 100 is going to be 200, and since the lot size is 50 rupees, this comes out to be a total of 10,000 rupees. So we are going to make a maximum profit of 10,000 if on 23rd of February Nifty expires at 17,950, then we are going to make a profit of 10,000 rupees. And anything lower than 17,750 and higher than 18,150, we are going to end up in a loss. Why 17,750 and 18,150? Because 17,950 is the current price and we have collected a premium of 200 rupees, right? So 200 rupees to the right and 200 rupees to the left is the area where we will end up in a profit. Now let's see what exactly are the differences between straddles and strangles. So this is a strangle and this is a straddle, right? So let's see what exactly would be the capital required to carry out these transactions. So in order to take a strangle, will require somewhere around 1 lakh rupees for both put option and call option combined. But in straddles, will require somewhere around 1.2 lakhs, a little more than this, a little higher than strangles, because these are out of the money options, right? Whereas a straddle is at the money options. So at the money options are a little costlier than out of the money options. Now let's see what is the maximum profit. What is the maximum profit which we can make in straddles and strangles? So in straddles, the maximum profit is 10,000, right? And if we take a strangle, the maximum profit would be somewhere around 2.5k. But the major difference here is this 10,000 will only be achieved if the price expires at 17,950. Anything lower or higher, the profits will tend to diminish. But what happens in a strangle is it will give us a constant profit throughout this area of 2.5 thousand. So maximum profit is greater in a strangle, but in a maximum profit is greater in a straddle, but it is very consistent in a strangle. Now let's look at M2M losses. So let's say there is a 100-point move on a particular day. So what will happen is we will have a loss on both the strangle and the straddle, but the loss on the straddle will be less compared to the loss which we will have in a strangle. Why? Because yeah. So let's say this is the current price and we have a 100-point move. So what will happen here is in strangle both are out of the money options, right? Whereas in a straddle both are at the money options. So the put option will have a particular option Greeks and the call option will have a particular option Greeks. But when there will be a 100-point move, this this put option will give us a profit, whereas this call option will give us a loss. But the profit in this will be very less compared to the loss in this call option. Whereas if we consider both call option and put option, the profit and loss will be somewhere similar, as in it will not exactly be equal, but the loss will be higher, the profit will be lower, but this difference will be very less compared to the difference of strangle. So to conclude, this is a strangle, this is a straddle. The capital will be less here and greater in straddle, but the difference will be very less. If it is costing us 1 lakh, this will cost us somewhere around 1.2 lakhs, and the profit will be higher in this and lower in a strangle, but it will give us a consistent profit of this, whereas this will fetch us a maximum profit at a particular point. And M2M losses, as in if there is a big move on a particular day, the M2M loss of a strangle will be higher and the M2M loss of a straddle will be lower than strangle, although this is a loss, but it will be less compared to the loss of strangle. So these were the major differences between straddles and strangles. Thank you for watching.